Some rules are unwritten, yet their consequences are absolute. One of the most sacred codes in any male bond is simple: never take a bro's girlfriend. Not his current partner, not his ex, not even someone who seems harmless or unattached. The reason is deeper than loyalty. It is about trust, strategy, and the survival of relationships that define your social and emotional life. When you cross this line, you break more than a friendship. You fracture trust, disrupt dynamics, and invite conflict that rarely ends quietly. Even if the girl is your friend's ex, even if you believe there is no emotional baggage left, pursuing her is a shortcut to chaos. Desire may tempt you, but loyalty is a form of power. It signals integrity, discipline, and control over impulses. In this video, we will dissect why taking a bro's girlfriend, past or present, is one of the most dangerous mistakes a man can make. We'll examine the psychological, emotional, and strategic consequences of violating this code, why discipline and patience outweigh momentary gratification, and why respecting boundaries is a marker of strength, not weakness. In a world filled with impulsive decisions and betrayals, understanding this principle separates the unshakable from the predictable. Friendship among men, when genuine, is more than casual connection. It is a bond built on trust, shared history, and mutual understanding. Within this bond exists an unspoken code, the inviolable principle that a bro's girlfriend is off-limits. Loyalty is not merely a moral choice. It is a strategic decision. It signals that you can be trusted, that your discipline extends beyond self-interest, and that your actions are deliberate rather than impulsive. Violating this code is not only betrayal, it is a declaration of weakness, a signal that desire governs your judgment over reason. Even if a girl is a bro's ex, the rules remain the same. Emotional residue does not dissipate instantly, and memories, shared experiences, past heartbreaks, and lingering attachments complicate any new involvement. Pursuing her is a high-risk maneuver with consequences that go beyond the surface. A man who respects the code understands that desire is transient, whereas friendship is durable, cumulative, and strategically invaluable. Stoicism teaches that the wise man governs his impulses, exercises restraint, and prioritizes long-term stability over short-term gratification. Ignoring this principle is impulsive, short-sighted, and dangerous. Psychologically, crossing this line triggers betrayal trauma. A friend who discovers that you have pursued his current or former partner experiences shock, anger, and deep mistrust. Bonds that took years to build can be destroyed in moments, replaced by resentment that often cannot be repaired. Machiavelli would observe that loyalty is a currency of influence. It commands respect, solidifies alliances, and protects one's position. Breach it, and the social capital you once held evaporates. The code also exists as a form of emotional armor. By refraining from pursuing a bro's girlfriend, you demonstrate control over your desires, discipline over impulses, and the ability to prioritize strategy over temptation. These are the markers of mental strength and personal authority. Desire, left unchecked, undermines relationships and exposes the individual to unnecessary conflict. Respecting boundaries is not about weakness or denial. It is about power, foresight, and self-governance. In essence, the unwritten rule against taking a bro's girlfriend, past or present, is a test of character. It measures patience, judgment, and emotional intelligence. Those who honor it solidify trust, strengthen alliances, and preserve influence. Those who break it sacrifice all three, trading fleeting gratification for permanent vulnerability. To act against this code is to invite chaos into relationships, social circles, and one's own emotional equilibrium. In the calculus of loyalty and power, the choice is simple. Restraint is strength, betrayal is weakness, and wisdom always favors patience over impulse. Breaking the unwritten code of a bro's girlfriend carries consequences that extend far beyond immediate feelings. Emotionally, it destabilizes trust and creates fractures in relationships that were once reliable. Friendship is built on predictability, shared understanding, and mutual respect. When one acts against this, even for what feels like desire or opportunity, it sends a message: loyalty is negotiable, self-control is optional, and bonds are disposable. The resulting emotional fallout is rarely contained to the parties directly involved. It ripples outward, affecting social circles, shared connections, and mutual allies. Strategically, pursuing a bro's girlfriend is a miscalculation. Machiavellian logic emphasizes power, influence, and the careful management of alliances. A close friend is a source of social capital, shared knowledge, support, and protection. Violating trust by pursuing his partner, current or former, is equivalent to undermining your own position. The act signals impulsivity and short-sightedness. Desire may deliver temporary satisfaction, but the long-term cost, fractured relationships, damaged reputation, and eroded influence, far outweighs any immediate gain. Emotionally, the betrayal introduces guilt, tension, and instability. Even if the girl reciprocates interest, the foundation of the relationship is inherently flawed. Every interaction is shadowed by secrecy, paranoia, and the knowledge that one is participating in a breach of trust. Stoicism teaches that mental peace is achieved through discipline, rationality, and self-governance. The man who pursues a bro's partner sacrifices this peace, surrendering himself to anxiety, vigilance, and the chaos of his own decisions. Desire is no longer a private emotion. It becomes a liability, a source of mental turbulence that undermines clarity and composure. Strategically, the repercussions are inevitable. Mutual friends, once neutral or supportive, are forced to take sides. Social networks fracture, alliances are tested, and reputation suffers. The man who betrays his friend loses credibility, influence, and respect. Others now perceive him as opportunistic, impulsive, and untrustworthy. In circles where loyalty and reliability are currencies of power, such a breach is costly, permanent, and often irreparable. Even beyond social consequences, there is the human cost. The friend may never fully forgive, and the girl's interest may be temporary or superficial. Desire does not guarantee compatibility, emotional depth, or lasting fulfillment. What is gained is ephemeral, what is lost is enduring. A single act of betrayal can undo decades of trust, camaraderie, and shared history. In sum, pursuing a bro's girlfriend, past or present, is a choice that carries both emotional turbulence and strategic failure. It demonstrates weakness, sacrifices long-term alliances, and destabilizes one's own position. Desire may appear enticing, but it is deceptive, an illusion that masks risk and magnifies consequences. Those who understand the stakes recognize that restraint is power, discipline is authority, and loyalty is the foundation of influence. To act impulsively is to surrender all three. Trust is the most fragile asset in any relationship. Once broken, it cannot be fully restored. Pursuing a bro's girlfriend, whether she is current or an ex, is a direct assault on that trust. The betrayal is not just personal, it is public. Friends talk, alliances shift, and the emotional damage extends far beyond the immediate parties. A single impulsive decision can undo years of camaraderie, shared experiences, and mutual loyalty. From a psychological perspective, trust is the foundation of social bonds. Humans are wired to operate within networks of predictable behavior and loyalty. When someone violates that network, the consequences ripple outward. The friend who feels betrayed experiences shock, anger, and profound disappointment. Others in the circle perceive the violation as a warning. If loyalty can be compromised here, it can be compromised anywhere. The social cost is exponential. The man who chooses desire over loyalty becomes isolated, distrusted, and scrutinized in every subsequent relationship. Strategically, the fallout is even more damaging. Friendship is not just companionship, it is social currency. A trusted friend provides connections, support, and protection. Betraying that trust is equivalent to burning bridges that cannot easily be rebuilt. Machiavellian logic emphasizes foresight. Losing a reliable ally for fleeting gratification is a profound miscalculation. The impulsive act may deliver temporary pleasure, but the resulting isolation, tension, and diminished influence are permanent consequences. There is also an emotional warfare at play. Even if the girl reciprocates, the foundation is tainted. The relationship exists in a landscape of secrecy, guilt, and tension. Every interaction carries the weight of betrayal, eroding trust, and fostering anxiety. Stoic philosophy teaches that inner peace is achieved through self-discipline, reason, and control of impulses. By surrendering to desire, a man forfeits that peace, becoming a prisoner of both guilt and fear, an emotional liability he cannot escape. The social fallout is compounded by observation. Mutual friends, acquaintances, and extended social networks notice patterns. Reputation, once earned through reliability and integrity, becomes tarnished. One act of disloyalty signals impulsivity, unreliability, and a willingness to exploit relationships for personal gain. Social circles adjust accordingly, alliances are recalibrated, and opportunities for influence shrink. Those who value status, respect, and long-term strategic positioning understand that loyalty is a cornerstone of authority. To violate it is to weaken one's own position irreversibly. Ultimately, taking a bro's girlfriend, regardless of circumstance, is a calculation where short-term desire is measured against long-term consequences. The emotional, social, and strategic costs far exceed any momentary satisfaction. Betrayal fractures trust, destabilizes relationships, and diminishes reputation. Desire may whisper urgency, but wisdom demands restraint. In the balance of power and loyalty, the man who respects his brother's boundaries preserves not only friendship but also influence, respect, and authority, the marks of a disciplined, unshakable individual. The lesson is clear: some lines are not meant to be crossed. Pursuing a bro's girlfriend, whether current or ex, is not simply a matter of desire, it is a breach of trust, loyalty, and strategy. The consequences extend far beyond the immediate act, affecting friendships, social dynamics, and your own emotional stability. What is gained in fleeting gratification is dwarfed by what is lost: credibility, respect, and the integrity of relationships that cannot easily be repaired. Loyalty is a currency few understand, yet those who do command influence, trust, and authority. A man who respects boundaries demonstrates discipline over impulses, clarity over desire, and patience over temptation. This is the mark of someone who is strategically aware and emotionally unshakable. By refusing to act on transient desires, he preserves alliances, protects his social capital, and maintains peace of mind. Breaching that loyalty, however, signals weakness, impulsivity, and short-sightedness. Friends, allies, and social networks recalibrate, and often not in your favor. Even when desire whispers that opportunity is tempting, the strategic mind calculates risk. Emotional fulfillment achieved at the cost of trust is hollow. The fallout, fractured friendships, damaged reputation, and internal guilt, is inevitable and enduring. A wise man recognizes the power in restraint. Stoicism teaches that self-mastery is freedom. Machiavelli reminds us that loyalty is influence. Combining both principles ensures not only survival but dominance in social and emotional arenas. Ultimately, respecting a bros relationship is not about denial. It is about command over desire, over social dynamics, and over one's own impulses. Those who honor this rule preserve power, influence, and peace, while those who ignore it surrender to chaos, regret, and isolation. In a world where loyalty is rare and trust fragile, restraint is strength, and wisdom ensures it is never wasted.